Alright, so today, this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a new deck that I have made to counter the Lucian and the DoT meta, right? So, as you can see right now in higher elo, around 4K and below, is also, actually, it's almost the whole entire meta, honestly. There is a lot of Lucian players and a lot of DoT players, right? Damage over time using the Beretta and Perna. So to counter that, we have this formation right here. This formation is very nice, as you can see, because we do have the Eleanor to counter the DoT. We do have, well, also for healing against the Lucian, we have the Chloe over here to counter the Lucian meta, of course. This puts a huge stop to Lucian. Along with our Wusa. Wusa is very great in countering Lucian and DoT at the same time. Along with Soa. The reason for Soa here is the Lapis, right? Because this comp does okay against a Lapis deck as well, just because of having Soa here. But like I said, it's not possible to make a balanced deck that can counter every comp. So for this deck, the main focus of the counters are Lucian and damage over time decks, right? So we have Ramagos over here. So the reason why okay, so for this formation, I think that Ramagos is quite important here, just because if Ramagos were to be able to get a kill off, he stays alive, right? Therefore, he gets healing, so he can stay longer. Because the focus of this comp, we have Jean and Commune in the back. They are a very powerful duel when it comes down to the backline duels. But also the purpose of having Jean and Commune is to support my frontline units, right? Because this comp, we actually don't want our frontline to die. Like, we are trying to keep our frontline alive as long as possible. As you can see, that's why for the spells, we are also running Lifeline, Divine Protection, and we have I forgot what the spell is called, Damage Conversion, right? We're all running defensive spells. The reason why we're not running a cleanse or transfer is because we do have a Wusa and an Eleanor, therefore it's not needed. So let's get into the runes. For Ramagos, you run the energy runes, of course. For Poseidon, you can choose to run him energy or focus, but since I do need him alive and in my front line, I run him energy. With Eleanor, we run her energy, right, for more healing, because since her skills, Holy Horn scales with HP. So for Cleo here, I run him Swift Runes. Having Swift Runes on Cleo is actually very important. Okay, by having Swift Runes, you can cast Cleo at 4 calls for 1 time, which can save you, which this has been a huge help to me. For Wusa, I run him on Energy Runes. If you do, okay, so Swift is also an option for Wusa as well, so keep that in mind. But primarily, right now, I just run him on Energy Runes. Commune, of course, we run him on Energy Runes since his Soul Devour scales with max HP. For Soa, due to a lot of people not running Resist, that is why for Soa I'm running Fatal, just for more healing. But that Focus is definitely an option here as well. So Focus or Fatal is pretty good on Soa. It just depends. Like right now in current lower elo, not a lot of people build Resist. So if I were to build my Focus runes, my accuracy is all going to be wasted. I'll cover that in another video of how the accuracy and Resist works, right? So for Jean, I'm running energy runes, of course, since Jean scales off of 25% HP. Therefore, we want Jean to be healthy because we're not building Jean for damage. We are building Jean for the CC stun and the 25% HP healing. So let's get into the games. Alright, so let's go over the Lucian comp, right? Would I play against Lucian comp? This is DoT comp. Alright, so here we go. This guy, he's running the Lucian comp, so let's go over this one. So the main DPS on our team is Commune and Jean and our Ramagos. Like that's it. So this deck again is very slow pace. So we are not trying to spam. We are waiting for them to use something so we can counter, right? It's a very slow paced deck. But it's very powerful because we are relying on all of our units auto attacks to win. Because you know how to create an advantage and a disadvantage is by who has the most units, and therefore Like for example, right? If I have 8 units, obviously my auto attack is gonna kill him much faster if he doesn't do anything. Therefore, that gives us an advantage. So this is what this comp focus on. Alright, here's Harmonious Prank. That's fine, not a big deal. So when you can, you should always cast your Poseidon first, since you mainly don't want to cast your Rusa or Eleanor or Chloe just by itself. You will want to use these two to counter, but sometimes if you have no cards in your hand, casting Rusa is fine since it gives you a shield and a immunity buff for like a good 6 seconds. And like I said, it's okay to let your mana sit because this is a slow paced deck. That's fine. He uses Lucian there. Look at my commune here. Give nice healing to both parties. And now, since I knew that he has his Lucian up, I'm trying to counter with my commune. Because if you look at his Lucian, it's a triple buff, right? That means that he has to get his Lucian off before this buff in, or else his Lucian is not going to do any damage. Therefore, I can take advantage of that by holding my Chloe in my hand, right? So, because like I said, he will most likely want to use his Lucian because his triple attack buff, which gives him 40% attack, is almost over. Therefore, he's most likely planning to use Lucian. Therefore, I'm holding on to Chloe here. There we go. I just created a 2 mana advantage right here. 4 costs for 6 costs, so that's huge. And it's not just that, it's a buffed Lucian, right? So therefore that Lucian is technically 10 mana. He used 10 mana to charge up his Lucian, and I countered that with a single 4 cost. You notice how it's almost 1 minute and my Ramagos is healthy. So basically this comp, it does keep your front line healthy as well, because you don't want your you do not want your front line to die too soon anyways. Again, your Poseidon should always be used because you're not using your Poseidon to counter anything. Therefore, your Poseidon, it's okay to throw him out like that. Going for the Commune here. Look at my units. They're really healthy, right? Because Commune and Jean provides healing constantly. There we go. Another stopper. His Lucian versus my Chloe. Wait, it's Cleo, isn't it? It's not Chloe. It's Cleo, I think. Yeah, Cleo. You notice how he is forced to use his Lucian without buffs? Because of how many times I stopped him. So I'm getting nice healing down. So normally when he runs the Blood Shield, that's why I'm running Soa here. My Soa can steal that shield, but unfortunately I do not have Soa in my hand. That's fine, not a big threat to me. I'm gonna use my Eleanor to heal because he doesn't have damage over time. He doesn't have any debuffs for his current team right now, therefore it's okay to use my Eleanor for the crit resist and heal. Since I do have a lot of mana, right? Again, I'm just holding. I have enough mana for Rusa and Cleo here, therefore I can't counter. He misplayed on his Reckless Devotion. He gave it to his bird, but that's fine. I failed to steal that, so that was unlucky. I'm just waiting, right? There we go. Oh, actually, he shuffled out my Cleo and my Wusa, so he played pretty well there. But then again, Jean is also a great counter to Lucian because, as you can see, Jean procs the Prey of Protection. My whole backline gets a 30% damage reduction, and my lowest unit gets invincibility. So technically, okay, look at that. Look, he didn't do that much damage, right? Like, it's pretty strong. My Eleanor just for healing. So he has his Lucian up again. I don't have nothing to stop it, of course, but that's fine. I can look to use this because my Divine's coming up, so therefore I can't counter his Lucian on my next Divine. Nice, he's playing really well, but that's fine. I do have Rusa and Cleo here as well. Okay, so at that point, there was a delay in the game, therefore I cast my Cleo late. Oh, also, For Rekka's Devotion, that was a mistake on my part. I was using the wrong spell. If I had the HP damage conversion, I would my chance of winning this game is much higher. As you can see, all my units still alive, right? So there we go. Use Wusa to counter that. I can use my Eleanor to counter this one right here. Just heal up. Use my Divine Protection here. His Giant Warrior buff is gone, so he shouldn't have that much mana left, right? Now I'm just waiting. I can wait now and try to counter with Usa and Lifeline here. See how many times his Lucian gets stopped? Oh, that was a mistake on my part there. But that's fine. Gonna put out my Wusa here for the immunity, so he can't apply too many debuffs, and he surrenders. You see how well this comp does against the Lucian comp? I'm constantly denying Lucian the damage, right? So that's very nice. Alright, so let's show you how to run this with a DoT comp as your opponent. I think it's this one right now. This one's better. Yeah, this one's better. So he's running a full DoT comp here, as you can see. He has the Thrain along with Bretta, Kona, and he's running the Perna, right? So let's see how this one plays out. I'm healing. I should have saved my okay, so the reason why I used my Eleanor there, I was trying to get a quick cycle in, therefore I have to use my Eleanor. But normally I think the better play is saving my Eleanor, right? For his Beretta. But luckily he didn't have it in his hand, therefore I can cycle my Eleanor back before he gets his Beretta. Stunning, that's fine. Dude, look at that. That's a nice healing on my Ramagos, right? It's keeping all my frontline units alive. This comp does well against DoT comps as well, because of the Eleanor and Wusa, right? But it also has healing from my Jean and Commune, therefore it's very nice. Pop my Cleo here, give me invincibility. His spell was a 5 cost, so keep that in mind, right? So 4 versus 5 there. So I do win that mana trade-off. Nice. I called him out with my Ramagos. You see the Ramagos? That's a 2k healing. You should always look for an opportunity to use your Ramagos. A Ramagos is a 4-cost card, and if you were to kill, you get a really decent healing off, which is really nice. That was a mistake on a Fireball. Oh, so in my last game, I had the Reckless Devotion. In this game, I had the Fireball instead of that, but the Fireball still is not the best spell, right? So definitely use the HP conversion. I 100% still think the HP conversion, the damage conversion is much better. You see how my Ramago is always healing? Jean and Commune just apply so much healing here. I'm going to wait for his invincibility to go away. I was able to steal invincibility, but his counter DoT still apply. I should have used my Wusa there earlier, but that's fine. I can cleanse it. I knew he has a Beretta in his hand, but that's fine. Cleansing these DoT is the same thing as cleansing his Beretta. No, actually, cleansing his Spoil is better than cleansing his Beretta. Because his Beretta might miss, right? Because Spoil does not miss. It will always apply 2 dots on all my units. Drop down a slow. Yeah, see, he missed my Soa there, my Poseidon there, so that's why. Spoil, cleansing Spoil is much better. Ooh, he got really nice hit off here. My Jean came in late, right? So I'm trying to keep my bear alive here. Oh, good thing my bear resists. If my bear did not resist, he would have died there. Like I said, once again, you notice how all my units is alive. Like this comp is a very good sustain comp. Like it keeps my units alive to give me the advantage. Because as you can see right now, even though my units has lower HP, I have the advantage, right? Because if both of us were not to do anything, I would win in the auto attack trade-off. Because I have 8 units, therefore my auto attack is going to deal much more damage than him. Therefore, this is forcing him to make a play. And every time he makes a play, I can easily counter with my units. So this is the main goal is of this deck is to put your opponent at a disadvantage throughout the whole game, and you can just keep countering their plays like that. They use that. I'm going to use my Wusa here because my Wusa gives me a shield and the immunity buff. Therefore, I knew that it's going to be worth it because if he were to wait out my shield and buff, he's going to lose, right? Because look, I put it here. There we go. He's not going to wait anymore because he's getting impatient. He has a disadvantage. He has to be playing cards to try to turn the situation around. That's a good steal on his part. I'm just waiting. Just wait. Cast that too late. I wasn't able to counter Jean. Jean is very hard to counter. The fastest animation in the game. There we go. I'm stealing all that back. Transfer that to me. It's fine, it's fine. Play slow, play slow. Like I said, boom, I get my own healing off. You can watch my commune here. My commune gets this nice healing, but I'm gonna wait, right? Because I still have the advantage. I still have the advantage here. There we go. I can easily cast Wusa here or my Divine Protection. I still have the advantage. You shouldn't force spells. Like the reason why that I used commune there was because I knew that he didn't have that much mana left because casting Thrain was a 5 cost and he wasn't saving up mana. Therefore, I can cast a free commune there. And now I wait again, right? I can wait. There he used. I can use my Cleo here. Yep. You see how good this comp is? It just stops them. Like it just stops the DoT comp and it stops the Lucian comps. Nice. So even though I had advantage there, the reason why that I used my Jean there was because I expected my opponent to not to be able to react to Jean, but he got lucky. He pressed his Jean as soon as I pressed mine, but he presses Jean 1 second later than mine, right? So he got lucky there. But that's fine, right? Again, why Jean is good here is that even though he is invisible, as long as Jean uses his skill, the lowest unit on your team will heal for 25%. Like that's why Jean is better than Commune, right? Commune heals more, but Commune must deal damage in order to heal. So now I have the advantage. Just wait it out. There you go. He cast that. I can proc my Wusa here. No damage and immunity, and I get all shield on all my units, right? So like there's no way he wins here. He cast that. I can cast my Divine right here too, or Lifeline too. It's always an option. Like there's so many options that I can do here. Now I can cast Commune here because he doesn't have mana again, right? He just spammed his Beretta and his Thrain within one setting. Therefore, I knew he didn't have enough mana, so I can counter with my Commune here. Again, I stopped him again, and look at all of my units' HP. It is really nice and healthy. There we go. Once again, I stopped this guy like 5 times in a row, just by playing slow. Like I said, this comp, you have to play slow with this comp, right? You can't be rash with your decision making and play making. As you can see, the exhaustion is level 3, so this game has been going on for quite a while now. Therefore, yeah, this is a very slow paced game, but you do win a lot and you do counter them. So this is how to win against the DoT comp. So I showed you how to beat a Lucian comp, and I showed you how to beat a DoT comp. Now I'm going to show you my most recent battle against the Lapis comp. This guy right here. He ran the Lapis comp on me. He's running the SOA. He's running a DoT comp as well, but don't get his main focus is his Lapis. As you can see, his Lapis with the green harpy for the defense break, and then his SOA to steal his Lapis shield back if I were to steal his Lapis, right? So let's break down this guy. Yeah, he has a giant warrior as well. So giant warrior Lapis, So like I said, this deck's main focus is countering the Lucian and the damage over time deck. But this deck, it has an average win rate. It does have a high win rate against the Lapis deck as well, but not all the time. Like if you lose to Lapis, the Giant Warrior, and Reckless Devotion Lapis, it's fine. Like it's fine. This deck just doesn't really have a I would say this deck probably has a 70% win rate against them, but then again, the 30% can still go through, right? Starting off, just a nice heal. He's trying to proc the defense down so he can spam his Lapis there, because his Lapis will get a nice shield. And I was trying to cycle for my. I should have used my Wusa there, right? Yeah, look how much damage he did to me there. That was definitely my mistake. What's unfortunate is my Wusa came in way too late, right? My mistake on the Ramagos there, I forgot his Perna has 2 lives, right? Therefore, I didn't get my healing off. That's a nice spoil on him. So, I stole the Lapis Shield just to counter the damage from his DoT. And for the healing, of course. So my Ramagos died at 30 seconds in, which was really unfortunate. But again, that does not mean you lose. You can still win. It's just not good to have your Ramagos die that early. Along my Poseidon died too, so this is already looking a bit sketchy. Because 2 of my units just died, and I'm down to an Eleanor and a 10 HP Chloe. But then again, play slow, play slow. So I cast my Wusa here early, of course, to get the shield off in time, because he just used a lot of spells, so I don't expect him to counter with anything. Get some spells down here, of course. He's going to steal it, which is completely fine. I'm going to try to use my Gene here. Gene gives a 25% flat rate healing. As long as my Cleo is alive, his Lapis can't get onto my backline. Therefore, this is my priority. I'm trying to keep her alive. I can steal that shield. Boom. Nice shield for my Cleo there. I'm proccing the invincibility on my Cleo. Trying to keep her alive for a couple more seconds. Hopefully I can get my Commune off in time, right? There we go, get my Commune off. But unfortunately, his Lapis did kill my Cleo here, which got to my backline. Now I have to play even more careful. So his Lapis is here, right? Therefore, I need to migrate the Lapis damage. Therefore, I do have spells for that, right? I have the Lifeline, I have the Divine, I have Wusa, which can migrate damage, along with my 30% damage reduction on my Gene and constant healing from Gene and Commune. Therefore, this makes it a great pair. Along with, we have our Soa on the 7th spot just to deal with Lapis users, right? So watch this. Divine, I counter that 1 Lapis there. That will only buy me some time. And the good thing about the Divine Protection is it also grants you immunity, right? That 6 seconds of immunity is super nice. There you go. Grant my Wusa for the immunity before he wasn't able to get the defense down on me. If he were able to get a defense down on me, his Lapis is gonna hit hard. So he did a misplay there. He uses bread up, which doesn't do anything to me since I have the immunity. So I'm using Commune there. I'm just trying to get my units to full HP to take this Lapis hit. Because once he uses Lapis, I'm just gonna steal it with my Soa, right? That was the plan. I still have my defense immunity there, but he did some damage to me, which is kind of scary. So his Soa's gonna steal the bag, which is fine. So now, as you can see, I do have another Gene coming up. Gene gives invincibility and Gene's line 30% damage reduction, so this is very good going against the Lapis as well. Proc that. I'm just waiting for him. I have an advantage here. I have an advantage because I have the 30% damage reduction. Therefore, his auto is doing 30% less. I use my Wusa here. Thankfully the lag. Look at that. Look at that. It was so close. Thankfully, the delay was able to catch up just in time here. proc my shield and get my immunity. I'm preventing his Lapis for getting that debuffs on me. Stun, because again, he can't counter. Well, it's hard to counter Gene. I shouldn't say you can't counter Gene. So again, the reason why that I'm not using my lifeline here is because I'm trying to get, I do have the damage conversion, so it's okay for me to lose some HP. I'm primarily focused on getting rid of his Perla so I can get down to his Lapis. There we go. Run my lifeline here. I mean, not my lifeline. The blood curtain here. Gonna steal that shield. Ooh, he resists that, so that was really unlucky for me. But he used it again. There is my damage conversion here. Check out how much I heal. Nice, nice healing. That's really nice healing. And plus, I get more healing from every damage from here. I do my Gene stun. Then he just loses, right? Because he can't counter my Gene stun, or my Genie can't counter him, right? Like this. Yeah. So even though this looked really bad for us in the beginning, but you can still turn it around. And look at the time. We're down to exhaustion level 2, right? That means that this game has been going on for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So like I said, this is a very slow paced deck. So take your time to optimize your playmaking. Yeah, but this deck do very well against Lucian and Beretta comps, the DoT comps, right? So, and against a Lapis comp, this comp does very good if you play well, right? So do keep that in mind. So our primary counter for this deck is Lucian and DoT comps, and a secondary counter will be the Lapis comps. So do keep that in mind. So make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any question about this deck, or if you need any replacement units, just let me know in the comments below. I will answer your comments. I am streaming on Twitch as well, so do follow me on Twitch to get the notification of when I do go live. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.